Hey, it's Dorleen, and today I'm making a really cool card using this really fun stamp set that I just bought from Hobby Lobby on clearance for $2.50. Yeah, $2.50. I was pretty excited myself. So what I decided to do is I grabbed some red and two purple, different shades of purple, different inks. If you click down below in the information area, I'll have a link to my blog and I'll have a list of what colors that I used. But basically, I'm just adding ink to this piece of cardstock. The cardstock is 5.5 by 4.25, and I will trim it down a little bit to fit on. Actually, no, I don't think I do on this final card. Sorry about that. Normally, I would cut it down a little bit, but this one I decided to cover the whole card front. But basically, again, I'm just covering the card as much as possible with these purples, a little bit of that red, and in a minute you'll see me grab some black. Actually, I might be grabbing the black right now. It's so hard to tell on those purples and blacks. Yeah, that's black. And most of this card is, I'm getting a lot of the ink on my finger, so that's why I grabbed a napkin and I'm using it to hold it in place. So I take a look and I think, okay, maybe it needs a little more. So I add that black, just the ink pad to paper around the edges, and on the corners I smudge it a little bit more. And I actually put a lot more black in the middle of it because I thought I wanted to cover more of that red. But I think it's such a cool, spacey look. Now, what I did, and I don't believe I have it on camera, but I used my heat gun to heat that up a little bit. Oh, I'm showing off my henna tattoo. So in case you're wondering what is going on with her hand, that is my henna tattoo that my daughter and I did. I'm not sure if I do it again. I think it makes me look like I have age spots. But so I did, like I mentioned earlier, I did dry that piece a little bit because I plan on embossing those stars, and I didn't want the embossing powder to stick to the ink because it was so much of it. I thought it would take a little bit to dry. So I pull out my white embossing powder and then this yellow that's like a yellow gold. So the first layer that I do, I'm going to use the white embossing powder, and I'm just taking a peek of what I want to do, and then I'm placing them where I want them using the Versamark ink. I stamp the images down. I do stamp them twice just to make sure that I have a good solid image. And believe it or not, that's the yellow, the white embossing powder. So I don't know why it's so yellow. Maybe that's normal. Now, normally I would use the embossing buddy, which is like a powder that you would put over before you stamp. But this time I wanted some of that. I wouldn't mind if there was some splatter because to me it would have just looked like little splatters of stars. Now, I did use the paintbrush to get rid of bigger splatters because I didn't want there to be big splotches. But if there was little like splattering of the embossing powder, I was going to be okay with that. And then I decided, you can see on that lower right, I have a little stamp that is like a little background, almost like a little splatter stamp. So I added that here and there too, because again, that whole idea of just having a little splattering of stars. So I start off embossing my image or images, and oh, you can see it's turning right now. Embossing is like one of the coolest things to watch. But you can tell already, look at how awesome that card's turning out. And it really does have a space feel. So I do end up adding some other images and then using that yellow embossing powder that I showed you earlier. And I do that with some of that splattering of that stamp that I mentioned that I used earlier as well. But this card that I'm making is part of a sketch challenge with Sketch and Scrap Challenge blog, and I'll have a link to that blog, challenge blog below if you're interested in participating in any of their challenges. Right now it's May, of 2021, but you can always click over there. This is one of the sentiments from the stamp kit, and I'm making this card for my nephew whose birthday is in a couple of weeks. So part of the sketch has these strips of paper, and I decided to use gold because the card just was so rich with color, and I just thought it would look really cool. Originally, I was going to use that star paper that's over there to the right, but that has silver, and I really thought, no, I want gold. So I have a little bag of gold paper scraps. And so I just went in there and grabbed as many scraps as I needed. I'm only doing 3 and I'm just layering them on top of each other. The top one that I did is a piece of vellum. So when working with vellum, you don't want to put too much adhesive. So I just put the glue underneath the circles. That is a purple washi tape that I put across, and it's really kind of holding it down for now. And I'm using some alcohol markers to color in the word blast. And I end up doing, excuse me, a couple of different purples, and I end up putting some yellow in there, the same yellow that I use for the planet. So it all coordinates. But isn't that a fun card? I hope you do like this. Excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat. I hope you like this card. I hope you like this process. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. If you're not already a subscriber of mine, please hit that subscribe button below as well. I'd love to see you every week. I do post at least one video a week, and they vary between cards, scrapbooking, and even some like mixed media, my junk journal, just different things, things that I'm doing in my craft room, which is called the Command Center, which you can see my blog address down below in the information box. And put that sentiment, matted it first, put it on some 3-dimensional foam adhesive, and oh, that's where I decided to put the yellow in, because I was just going to leave that part white open, but look at how much cuter it is with that yellow. And then I will adhere it to the card front, and that will complete the card. But isn't that so cute and different? And oh, I forgot about this little portion. Just added a little piece of gold washi. I love it when I actually use the stuff. You know how you just got piles of stuff and you don't even use them? And washi is just like one of those afterthought things, or at least it is to me. But I hope you do like and enjoy the card. Please, again, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button below if you're not already a subscriber. You can also hit the bell to be notified of all my videos, which again is once a week. And hope to see you later. Bye.